place where I was born. I was raised by the new dawn, and now I sit inside the storm. Like the eye of the pyramid, I know everything ahead. I'm in the hunt, don't you forget. Gotta work for it, every day work for it. Gotta work for it, every day work for it. I stand alone, can't get much higher. It's in my bones, love's true survivor. I stand alone, I keep on rising up to the throne. I won't stop fighting, 'cause I stand alone.
So guys, I am finally in Russia and I'm here with Natalia. And Natalia's one of my friends from San Diego, but she's actually from Moscow. She was born here and then you moved to the US when?
When I was 3 years old.
3 years old. So she is showing me around Moscow, the local experience. We're staying with her grandparents. We are in a very touristy part of Moscow right now. Noticed about Russia was the architecture. It seems like everywhere you look, there are these massive castle-like buildings. I kind of felt like I was walking through Disneyland or something and Rapunzel was about to let down her hair out one of the windows or something. No, I'm joking, but everything is just so colorful and vibrant, like seriously, a kid's paradise. Many of the buildings have patterns on them or have circular pointed tops, sometimes plated in gold, sometimes striped or with crosses on top. The word that kept popping in my mind was, Moscow looks like Disneyland. So what is this building called?
Katyaniskaya Nabrizhna.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Any way to say that in English?
No.
Okay. Well, this is where I'm staying.
Oh, the embankment building.
The embankment building.
Yes.
This is where I'm staying in this massive, beautiful, historical, now like monument.
Called the embankment building because it's on the embankment of this river, Moskva Reka.
Well, this is an awesome place to stay.
I'll be last man standing. I'll be the only one who's holding on. I'll be the last man standing. I'll be strong. Yeah, I'll be strong. I'll be strong.
Right now we are at Moscow State University, this massive building behind me. So this is where Natalia's dad actually went to university way back in the day, and it used to be one of the top universities in the world. So it's a really good school. Natalia was actually going to go here this year too, but apparently to submit your application, your documents, you have to physically turn it into this university.
They only take the documents in person.
So you're
not worth the plane ticket.
Yeah, anyways, it's super beautiful. It's the exact same like building style as the place that we're staying, where Talia's grandparents live. So there's 7 of these buildings here in Moscow. So this is, they call them like the 7 sisters. So this is one of them, the one that I'm staying in.
I'll be the last man standing. I'll be the only one who's holding on. I'll be the last man standing. I'll be strong, yeah.
Next thing that really stood out to me about Moscow was, surprisingly, the metro stations. Right now I am at one of the famous metro stations here in Moscow, they're known for having several stations that are just absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at this. What metro station I'm at. I think I got off at the wrong one because I'm headed to the market, but this metro has like literal like statued walls here. This is insane.
I ain't showing desperation to the guards of the gates. I ain't chasing inspiration, I just follow and fade. You keep calling me a dreamer, inside is gonna wait, and his storm is raging to the end of days, till the end of days, to the end of days. Waves rolling in, I'm howling like the wind, I break the levee like a hurricane. Water's rising up, get ready for the rain. I break the levee like a hurricane. Oh.
I just got the bear's tail.
So we're not exactly sure why, but they have all these like giant stuffed animals walking all around Moscow, and Natalia keeps like chasing after them and yanking on their tail.
In this storybook.
A Russian storybook?
Russian storybook called Masha и Медведь. It's about a little girl and her little bear.
Okay, that's why.
I'm guessing.
Okay,
Not 100% sure.
that makes more sense. Something else I found kind of surprising about Russia was the lack of tourists. I don't know, I just figured since it was a big famous city that there would be tons of tourists, especially being summer, but there really wasn't. Maybe Russian tourists, but not too many foreigners. So we are on a gondola ride right now. You can take this instead of walking to the metro and then, you know, get to see the sights.
Without walking, the whole city?
It's not touristy at all, don't worry.
No, not touristy at all. World Cup Stadium, FIFA 2018.
World Cup.
Right there.
Go France.
No, Russia! Woo!
Well, you guys lost. So we are on the way to Natalia's summer house. Where is it located?
I have no idea. An hour
Okay.
from the city.
Somewhere outside of Moscow. What's it called? Do you know? No. Okay.
It's called Summer House.
Okay. Deep in the forest.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Not a touristy place to go, so let's go. I was not able to film much in the countryside, but what I can tell you is that it was very green, very quiet, lots of old houses, and felt a bit deserted actually. I think this is the point of it though. It's more of like an escape from the busy city. So this is a Russian game. You grab these little plants and you throw them at people.
No.
Soft leaves.
They get water to wash their hands. When you push this down, push this up, the water comes out, and then they will wash their hands here. And it's connected to, in the back there is a tank, so they get the water straight from the well. we just had the most amazing Georgian food at this restaurant, and it was a little bit expensive, but totally worth it. So delicious. What was it called?
Mega bar. Bari.
Mega Bari?
Mega bar.
Yeah.
Mega bar.
So good. And then they had like, anytime it was somebody's birthday, they'd come out with these like candle, how do you call those things?
Fireworks?
They're like, it was like candle fireworks a little bit. Like they're like lighters, and we should have said it was my birthday. Sparklers, yeah. So cool. Such good food. Lots to do in Moscow, lots of things to see and visit, but truly my favorite part was walking around Red Square at night. Walking here in the Red Square at night, and it's so beautiful. Hanging lights are all lit up, and it's just so